Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, right now, I'm feeling like a very firm, structural, and respected energy coming in today. And right now, the word I'm hearing is established, okay? Something about you have laid the groundwork for a life that is no longer at the mercy of other people's emergencies. I also heard of other people's hands, okay? It's like maybe you were at the beck and call of somebody or multiple people, okay? Because it's like you're constantly running errands in the starting position here, and you're also celebrating with people. So it's kind of feeling like a vibe where it's like you probably saw yourself as someone who is constantly, trying to. I heard like it almost feels like being self sufficient, but it's like for the benefit of others, okay? Kind of like efficiency management here, just kind of like trying to it's like a seesawing effect almost, where it's like you have to do this, that, and some, you know what I mean? But yeah, Ten of Pentacles is what I'm kind of feeling in the energies as well. For some reason, when I look at that Ten of Cups, it's like because you've done so much for other people, it's kind of like coming back to you tenfold in some regards with that Ten of Cups energy. It's like you're able to celebrate, you're able to have fulfillment, okay? But at the same time, it's like maybe you're trying to break free from something in the existing landscape. It's like you want to indulge, you want to relax, you want to feel success, find success with this Ace of Swords energy. It's like you know that there is some sort of conflicting thought within you that's like, when are you going to receive? When are you going to get the bounty for the, like, I'm hearing reap the rewards that you've sown, is what I'm hearing, okay? Get the respect that you deserve. It's like you've put in a lot of work and you're watching people celebrate, you're watching moments celebrate on your behalf, on your accord, but it's like you don't feel like it's, I'm hearing it doesn't feel like it's quite adequate or adding up to what it is that you desire for some reason, you know? It's almost as though it's like, it's almost kind of like being an intern and it's like someone's asking you to go get coffee kind of vibe. And it's like, you don't want to necessarily stay in that position. It's like you kind of want to put it at a stop, put it at a halt, is what I'm hearing in energy. It's almost like kind of putting things to a stop. I heard something about at wit's end, it might be of significance as well. But it's like you want more structure, you want more stability in what it is that's creeping up in your atmosphere, okay, with this Emperor energy. So it's like you're kind of strategizing some sort of stability, you're strategizing some sort of authority in your atmosphere so that people can adjust to you. I'm hearing that you're trying to claim respect or working towards claiming the respect of individuals that you feel have betrayed you, have kind of created some sort of, maybe even ghosted you with this unsent text. It's like people who try to almost like not respect your time, didn't respect your boundaries, things like that, didn't respect your energy is what I'm hearing, okay? But you're coming across very firm, very structured, very respected over time is what I'm hearing, okay? Something about a message was sent with intention, then deleted out of fear. Maybe you wanted to say something. Maybe you wanted to. I'm hearing something about bygones be bygones. I keep hearing that. Something about it's like you wanted to almost like get people to recognize your worth, almost like training them to take the action that you wish them to take towards you, maybe. Okay. But yeah, some sort of silence says more than words would have. It's like maybe you feel like you had to put something on hold for a little bit, kind of something feels stagnant in some sense in terms of reward or some sort of initial pause here with this martini. It's almost like a hangover effect, you know what I mean? So it's like you may not necessarily be drinking, but it kind of gives the idea of like something like some sort of relapse or hangover effect of towards like what you truly want, okay? But I do feel like there's some sort of boundaries that you're placing on your energy over time. It feels like over the past few months, okay, to finally become like more permanent, more solidified in your environment. But it took time, you know? Maybe you had to ignore people. Maybe you had to, not always be available, okay, is what I'm hearing in that energy. Maybe you had to play the villain arc. Maybe you had to tell people like, hey, I'm not available. Hey, I'm not free, I don't got time for that kind of vibe. So it's like you might have felt like you needed to almost like kind of create some sort of, I'm hearing behavioral blueprint, okay? Almost like creating peace for yourself behind the scenes so that people can begin to adjust to come accordingly towards what you want them to show up towards or as in your life is what I'm hearing, okay? But yeah, you had to play some sort of villain arc, villain vibe, okay? It's like, maybe they saw you as a villain for ignoring them, or vice versa. Maybe you flipped the script on them and became the villain. Maybe you didn't intend on doing that. But yeah, they're never the villain in their own story, is what it's being said, okay? So, but the Trail of Chaos says otherwise. Something about their vibe just doesn't sit right with you. Maybe you had to apologize for something that they did towards you, okay? But because you kind of pulled back your energy and you decided to go within in terms of what you wanted for yourself, it feels as though now it's like people are coming back to respect you because they've realized the error of their ways. This could be a family feud for some of you. I do feel like this could be in partnership or relationship, but for some of you, it might even be at work, you know what I mean? Where it's like they were assuming that they can continue to like disrupt your focus, your peace, disrupt your boundaries, kind of overstep their boundaries. But I'm hearing something about no. The no was final and it's non negotiable, is what I'm hearing, okay? It's like people, double energy popping up for some reason. Wow. It's such an interesting course of events where it's like something about, people thinking that, oh, we're a family. It was even crazier. And this might be in a workplace where it's like you hear this and they're like, oh, we're family. And you're like, that sounds a little weird, But nonetheless, sometimes blood is thicker than water. People, that's what the card is saying here. I'm hearing something else. People are saying this too. Okay, and sometimes it's just thicker with drama, judgment, and silent grudges. So there might be grudges in the workplaces that you're transpiring, like these events are transpiring in, maybe even in the home, okay, maybe in the platonic relationships, friendships, or even family. But yeah, for some of you, it's just like family fights are breaking out, family feuds are never ending, okay? But I'm hearing something about people are adjusting though, okay? Ooh, definitely getting a lot of interesting energies. We're getting like world energy, getting Two of Pentacles energy with that Hierophant. It's like something is like balancing out. The scales are balancing out in some accord where it's like, yes, you're going to be able to share a table with others, connect, feel a sense of belonging and gratitude towards like a shared experience. But it's after like this long-winded battle, It kind of feels like everyone was at their wits' end, and finally someone kind of put up. I'm hearing, I don't know why, I heard put up the shield or surrendered, put up the white flag is what I heard, like SOS, kind of like recalling back the energy where it's like people don't necessarily want to be at arms all the time, is what I'm hearing. It's like they're understanding, okay, like, hey, we're guided in our belief system, we're guided in our spirituality, we've learned what we need to do. It's like maybe they're going back to the root of it all, okay? The reason why you all are coming together, the reason why this was a partnership to begin with, is what I'm hearing, okay? So people are adjusting their expectations to fit your new standards, is what I'm hearing. Because it's like it feels as though like you're successfully teaching them how to treat you or how to treat one another, okay? It's like this behavioral shift, okay? And I'm also hearing like something about the interruptions stopped, okay? Something about maybe they were interrupting your life, maybe they were interrupting what you were trying to pursue. But nonetheless, it almost gives this vibe where it's like stability is now on the rise, okay, with this Queen of Pentacles energy, where it's like now everyone's going to feel rooted in and I heard nurture, nature and nature's nurture. So maybe there's some sort of camping, I don't know, something about camping trip. Some sort of trip is going to occur, is what I'm hearing, that helps everyone kind of get rooted together again. Maybe it's like a trip in nature, because I heard nature before I heard nurture. And so that might bring a lot of abundance into the family environment. I'm hearing something about romance too. So there might be a trip that really helps people come together. Wow, we're getting the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Yeah, just a lot of structure and rootedness in the environment over time. That it just took a bit of momentum, okay? Yeah, it took a little bit of time, okay? And it's like now that everyone can share in this experience, they're feeling more gratitude, they're feeling more belongingness, more connection. It's almost like going through a long-winded battle and coming out scathed and all agreeing that this is the time for it to end. You know what I mean? It's like such a weird thing because it's like either you successfully trained people around you to respect you, or they pretty much fell into this due to some sort of exclusion that was placed upon them, some sort of isolation or hardship, or maybe even some sense of just a sense of belongingness where everyone is coming together to solidify and establish and lay out the groundwork for I'm hearing the foreseeable future, okay? Very interesting energies there. But yeah, so it's just like, ooh, maybe someone called in some sort of receipts, what was said, what was done, okay? Something about screenshots might be a significance, but it just feel like maybe these people felt like they were right for a long period of time. And so the screenshots that were saved, the messages that were archived, all of this evidence was airtight, and it's blew things out of proportion. It blew things up, okay, in the atmosphere, which is kind of why people were like, oh, I get why, you needed to detach. I get why you needed this initial pause, okay? And it might have felt like a hollow victory for them to see the receipts that were saved up in time. That's kind of like exposing their truths, exposing the grievances that they placed upon you, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's like these burning bridges, okay? It's like they didn't want to let you go. They didn't want to have closure. And I'm hearing something about with this closure, like you tried to cut the ties, or vice versa. Like they tried to cut the ties on you. So you just accepted it, but now they want to come back into your environment, which is kind of interesting because if they cut the ties, why would they want to come back if they created that situation for you? It's very interesting. But I'm hearing it's because it was on their own. I don't know why I heard their own dime, okay? Maybe within their own budget, within their own time. They felt like, oh, if it's okay for them to Uno reverse and like come back and like resurrect the situation, is what I'm hearing. But yeah, it wasn't about closure. It's about, cutting these ties off that kind of maybe I heard compromising situation. Compromising. Something about that, okay? It says whatever connection existed, it's being torched beyond repair. So it's like you probably don't want to go back after they mistreated you, okay? So it's like you kind of just used your Hierophant energy, okay? But at the end of the day, it feels like some of you are reconnecting with these individuals to establish a better relationship because the groundwork is already there, okay? But at the same time, I feel like for some of you, you're just probably cutting the cord completely to kind of like go full swing, okay? Because, yeah, you do go into the King of Pentacles where it's like you do feel very stable in how you are showing up, okay? It might be when this person shows up that you are jumping your pentacles, you're already elevating yourself, elevating, I'm hearing your social circle as well, or the advice is to keep elevating while this departure is occurring in the background. But yeah, nonetheless, King of Wands, Page of Swords energy, it's like you do feel like you want to have integrity, you want to have a vision about what this relationship means to you, but at the same time, it's like it requires them to kind of come correct, is what I'm hearing, okay, towards your boundaries for this relationship to work out, okay, is what I'm hearing there. Something about, yeah, lies detected. Maybe you feel like they are not 100% with you. Maybe they texted somebody, they did something behind the scenes that didn't necessarily align with who you felt they were in the relationship with you, okay, or towards the connection. Maybe I'm hearing something about people, something about it kind of rippled you a little bit when you heard it, like almost like, I don't know why, shut you down when you tried to speak up about it. I heard that, but it's like in due time, things started to reveal themselves. Things started to add up. Maybe you discovered archived messages that they sent. Maybe they tried to show you that they meant well, but then things were exposed because there was messages archived or something. It's like they tried to say, hey, you can check this and that, and you say, okay, let's check together, and you both discover together that this was what was going on behind the scenes, okay? And they tried to hide it, okay? So it doesn't really feel like you were trying to expose someone. It kind of feels like they exposed themselves with their own receipts. It's kind of interesting, okay? And it kind of feels like they might be coming back because they're going broke, or maybe they feel like other lies and other relationships are being detected, okay? It kind of gives this vibe where it's like they tried to curate something, calculate something, but it didn't feel quite complete, okay, in its entirety. So it always felt like they weren't letting go. They weren't trying to surrender and release something, okay, for the relationship to transform into something more positive. It definitely feels like, now it's like this, I'm hearing the odds are stacking up in your favor versus them. And it's like their funds are shrinking, their lifestyle isn't matching their bank account anymore. And it's like now you have to look back at it and almost kind of realize that maybe they were chaining you down for a period of time and you didn't quite realize that, okay? But now it feels like you're in this Page of Swords energy where it's like you are able to decipher whether or not this is the sort of relationship that you want to go into because you're sharp minded. You have this curiosity about you. You're being very observant, okay? So it's really up to you to decide if you want to go back into this relationship, but your boundaries are established. The interruptions have stopped. Now people are going to respect you and come towards you with that sort of like behavioral shift that I was mentioning. And nonetheless, I do feel like a lot of people are going to begin to respect your time and just like how you show up, how they show up towards you, okay? I'm hearing something about people giving to you more than taking from you going forward, okay? Because you've established the groundwork, okay? Where it's like you're not gonna allow people. I'm hearing something about not being at the beck and call of others or allowing other people's emergencies to dictate your actions because you were always playing. I heard something about like Aaron, someone like playing Aaron in everyone's life, like trying to almost like play maid, okay, play butler, okay, kind of like be like almost in this hospitality mode, okay. So like you're shifting away from that, and I'm hearing that you're moving towards something more concrete, more stable, where it's really about your passionate pursuits, your drive towards better established relationships. Because now that you are establishing this groundwork, all the relationships that are coming in have no choice but to kind of align with the groundwork that you've established is what I'm hearing, okay? So yeah, these are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.